Do you like that price on Argentina? And do you see value here in these top 10? The U.S. is at 11.
I don't hate the price on Argentina, though. For tournament futures, it's not exactly the biggest payout. But for me, they are a significant prohibitive favorite in this tournament. That said, if you're looking for value, then let's talk about the teams that might actually win it. Brazil's always going to be there just on pedigree. But outside of that, I really see only two other teams I think can win, and that's Uruguay and Colombia. Colombia at 11-1 is a little bit more value, but I think Uruguay is the better play. I think at 5-1, they're still a good value, and to me, they are the pick to win the 2024 Copa America. United States, Mexico, anybody beyond that, I don't really think has a chance to win the tournament, though I do see some good value in Ecuador, either to win their group, Group B, where Mexico is, or potentially to get to the semifinals. Both of those are nice plus money.
All right, great stuff, Sebi, as always. We'll be back here tomorrow to dive into the U.S.'s matchup Sunday against Bolivia. Have fun tonight with Copa starting off.
Appreciate it.
Joe was eager to get to football with his Cowboys analogy. Let's talk Steelers, though, instead. They had a busy season bringing in Russell Wilson, shipping out Kenny Pickett, and trading a conditional 6th-round pick to the Bears for Justin Fields. So have they solved their problem quarterback that have a Ben Roethlisberger-sized hole? Brooke Pryor, as a Steelers fan, what you got for him?
Now, and if you're looking to add to your collection of Steelers jerseys and you want to rep a guy who's going to start at quarterback for the Steelers in week 1, I'd go with Russell Wilson. He is in pole position for the starting job. That's the way Mike Tomlin has phrased it all offseason. And he took the bulk of all of the starting reps with the one through OTA minicamp. And that's kind of where the Steelers are going to enter going into training camp at Latrobe. But wide receiver George Pickens said that he's a really big fan of both quarterbacks. He said the biggest thing about them, they are decisive, and he really likes the way they play the ball. Another guy that likes the way Russell Wilson specifically spins the ball is new wide receiver Van Jefferson, who called Wilson's deep ball enticing. So if you're looking for a guy who's likely going to start week 1 for the Steelers, go with Russell Wilson. But hey, it never hurts to have a Fields jersey on order because, hey, no one has ever gone astray by having a backup.
Brooke, I love it. Great take. I love you. But we only have Steelers jerseys that are lifers. We got Hines Ward, and I would rock a Lynn Swan, and that's pretty much it in the bus, maybe, too.
Palomalu,
I would do some. There are guys I would do. I just don't have it. Hines still hangs in my closet. That's my point. Hines is awesome. My guy. Wore it to the Super Bowl when they lost to the Packers. That hurt. Okay. Plus 195 to make the playoffs, Mr. Fortenbaugh. That's the big plus number to make the playoffs. What you got?
I find it interesting that Russell Wilson's former team and Justin Fields' former team were like, we can't get rid of you fast enough and we'll take nothing in return. And then they both end up in Pittsburgh and everyone's like, this is a great situation for the Steelers. Like, they have all these quarterbacks now. Okay. Famous phrase, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. Yep. Now, maybe this is an upgrade over last year. Tomlin's a hell of a coach. The one thing I can't get over, this is the hardest schedule in the NFL. This is the number 1 ranked schedule in terms of difficulty. All we ever hear about is the idea that Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. Well, under 8.5 wins is minus 155, so the bookmakers are telling you everything they think about that. I want to give Tomlin and the organization all the respect they deserve. I'm not going to play no playoffs because it's a massive number at minus 230. I might look to under 8.5. But again, I think there are better bets to be made than fading the Steelers.
Okay. I try to take my passion out of this thing. I try to be objective with this. Here we go. They ain't making it, man. There's no way. That schedule is an absolute gauntlet. What you just mentioned, within that back half, they don't play a divisional game till they start the Ravens in November.
It's ridiculous.
And then they play the last 8 games against divisional games. Then you're going to pack on top of that. They have 2 games off short rest, one of them being the Chiefs on Christmas Day. This is an absolute nightmare of a schedule. But beyond that, with the quarterback situation is the biggest problem. Russell Wilson, I don't think is going to be the guy. And when he's not the guy, how's he going to behave in the locker room? I would love to see them give Justin Fields the ball right away. Let's see what he's got and what kind of upside, and if they'd even be willing to pay him for next year when it becomes his 5th-year option. Maybe not big 5th-year money, but we would see. I don't believe we get that discussion, but I do not believe that Russell Wilson's going to be the guy. And then if he's not, how does the locker room handle him? How does Tomlin handle that? Because how that guy operates when things don't go his way, May not be grass for this team.
America, you know he's serious when he stares right into the camera and he dresses you while completely blowing me off.
And I was a single there for a second. I thought I didn't ask Eddie for. I didn't
You
say
just
Eddie,
locked
give me the
right
single. I
in.
didn't even ask for it.
Let me tell you what I think about the Steelers. Hey, listen, the schedule, that's the problem. The coaching is not. Mike Tomlin's a fantastic coach.
Disagree with that. But anyway, for another time, everybody. Coming up, Stanford Steve back, and we're talking our favorite college football win totals. ESPN Live back in just 3 minutos.
You were made to find inner peace. We were made to track flight prices to paradise.
Pizza Hut just changed the combo game with the new My Hut Box. Starting at $6.99, it's the ultimate solo meal. Get a personal pan pizza or melts and your favorite side. Combo like you never comboed before. No one out Pizza Hut.
What's wrong? My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation. Are you crying? No. Are you crying because that other card? No. There's no crying in baseball. Or with the Capital One Venture Card, because it lets you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day. And you can use those miles on any travel purchase. And you know why? There's no crying with the Venture Card. What's in your wallet? Let's play ball!
At Domino's, we've heard in focus groups that some people don't love our classic crust. Did Joey?
Not thin enough.
So here's another pizza.
All the ingredients come together.
And so what if I told you this was Domino's?
That's a Domino's.
Introducing Domino's New York Style Pizza. Try it tonight.
We're finally ready to go. The College World Series in Omaha. Hard to beat the atmosphere here in Omaha. They will never forget this moment. That one was right in his wheelhouse. Big time home run. Something special tonight here in Omaha.
These are our high schools, where we prepare students for more than just exams. Here we offer an experience that empowers academic excellence, creativity, and athletic prowess. Our state-of-the-art facilities and dedicated faculty ensure that every student explores their potential. With personalized career guidance and preparatory academies, we equip our students with the skills they need to succeed. This is where students discover their passion and transform their life. Centinela Valley Union High School District, proudly serving students in the heart of the South Bay. Transfers welcome.
There are trucks, then there's the truck, GMC Sierra. Available with the V8 engine. The Super Cruise hands-free driving experience. And of course, the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. Not just any truck, the truck.
Back here at Bet Live, talking win totals. The Longhorns coming off an appearance in the college football playoff last year and now moved from the Big 12 to the SEC. But despite the perceived upgraded competition, their win total remains high, 10.5. Now, Longhorns, one of many teams joining new leagues this season. Oregon is also a win total of 10.5. We talked about that earlier in the show. They leave the Pac-12, go to the Big 10. Utah's win total 9.5. The highest in their new conference, which is the Big 12, as the defunct Pac-12 no longer exists. Oklahoma's win total 7.5 now in the SEC. Its lowest win total in 2 decades. Let's bring back in our guy Stanford Steve, Joe Fordenbach to my left here. Let's talk about one of these teams in a new conference. Let's start with Oklahoma, Steve. Where are you at with 7.5?
Well, Dallin, first off, I put Oklahoma and USC in their tier of their own for me this coming season, and that's two most interesting teams in college football to me. When you talk about the name brand, there's not too many that are bigger than both those teams in the sport. But going into a new conference, I have no idea what to expect. People want to talk about how good their quarterbacks looked in a bowl game. How'd that work out for Tennessee a year ago when Joe Milton played great in an Orange Bowl and Tennessee went down last year because of his play? So when I look at Oklahoma, I like what I see. Jackson Arnold, great. But how's Oklahoma going to be in this schedule? How is that defense, which I think is going to be very talented, how are they going to react week after week after week? You look at those road games; those are brutal places to play. Let alone the teams that might be a lot more talented than they were last year. But it's 7.5. Right now, I'm leaning towards the over. I believe in what Venables has instilled there. The roster is not as deep as it's been. When we talk about Oklahoma playing for national championships since 2000, but there is the interest level is fascinating for me because of what they bring to the table, that name, their own brand, and going into the new confines of a new conference. But right now, I'm leaning towards the over with Oklahoma.
Agree on the over at 7.5. When you look at the schedule, there's 5 games on there where I see them as double-digit favorites, and a few other coin flip games. So that's where we're going to need to come up big to win this bet. Now you got some scary games on there, right? The Texas game obviously can be problematic. Alabama, LSU going back to back at the end of the season. If you're banged up there, that's going to hurt. But at least you have the bye coming off the Missouri game. Venables did a really nice job from year one